Hello, lovely Team Passa. Welcome back to a lovely little 10-minute yoga cool down stretch. We're just going to enjoy the next 10 minutes of focusing on our glutes and our hamstrings, but fairly full body still. I mean, the whole body is working, isn't it? But yeah, if you do have tight glutes or tight quads, is what I meant, not hamstrings, then this one may be a little bit easier or a little bit better for you today. We're going to begin on our backs, and if you do have a block or a strap around, feel free to get that within reaching distance. And just starting lying down, just being heavy. Your legs can be straight or bent. If you've just finished a run or a workout, first of all, well done. If you just need a couple moments to take a breather, to relax, to soften, now is your time. A couple deep breaths here, just let your body sink down. Just here to start that recovery, to stretch, to ease into our muscles. And this is going to help us get to that next workout, that next run. We'll be even more ready. Not that that's a sentence properly, but you know what I mean. We'll be better. Let's bring our right leg up. Give it a big squeeze towards you. Maybe take some rocks and rolls through this right leg. Maybe some circles. Doesn't matter how much the rest of the body moves right now, that's fine. I'm just starting to guide that right leg over towards your left side. And if you have the space, you can reach out with your right arm. Maybe that's just better as a bit of a cactus shape, so bending at the elbow. But we're going to gaze over our right shoulder and really press that right shoulder down towards your mat or whatever you're on. Aiming to feel a nice stretch through those glutes already and a twist down the spine. Slowly bringing this leg up. Switching over your right leg going long, left knee coming in. Same this side, taking a few circles, rocks, rolls. Find some space in those hips. When you're ready, taking your left knee across the body. Reaching the opposite direction with the left arm, gazing over the shoulder, the elbow. Trying to draw the left shoulder blade down towards your mat so that we get that extra bit of twist. So we're looking to keep both shoulders on the ground. Doesn't matter where your left knee goes. It could be halfway between upright and the mat. That is all good as long as we feel a stretch here. Looking for that glute stretch, that twist down the back. As you breathe, maybe you can soften into it. So really using your exhale to tap into that calm, that focus, that release. Just letting your body know that we're all done. We're just starting to recover. We're starting to ease off. Make your way back up to the top. And straight away with this left leg, we're going to move into a figure of four stretch. Bringing your left ankle across that front of your right thigh. So bend this right knee in. Bringing both hands behind your right leg and drawing the leg in closer towards you. Tailbone drawing out in front. Again, stretching into those glutes. Now there are a few options here. You can stay as you are. That might be absolutely what you need. Or you can take your hands around the front of your shin. It's just going to add a bit more intensity to your stretch. Or if you want to take it one step further, bear in mind we're still at the start, so see how your body's doing, listen to it. You might want to come up onto your forearms, or maybe up to seated, hands behind you, chest close to this shin. Wherever you are, if you're sitting up particularly, roll the shoulders back. So we want to soften in this upper body. We're not gripping those shoulders up towards the ears. Again, notice that stretch through those glutes. Releasing back down if we came up to seat, Unravel the leg and cross over your right ankle in front of the left thigh. Same variations here, hands going behind this left leg, drawing your shin towards you. Maybe you want to hold on to the left shin, a little bit more intensity, or maybe you want to pop that left foot onto your mat and wiggle your way up so that your hands are behind you and your chest is close to this right leg. Still breathing to it, focusing on that breath down to the lower part of our tummies, rolling back the shoulders, lift your chest. Okay, bringing yourself back down if you're up. Hands behind you, unravel your knees. Give yourself a nice big squeeze, a little bit of love, a little bit of a hug. Rock side to side. Moving into a happy baby, because why not? They're always a feel-good posture. Knees coming towards your underarms, hands to the outside of each foot. And we're just going to rock here slightly. So these are happy babies. Move however you want. Take your time, breathe. Stretch one leg out, straighten through the other. Bend one knee a bit closer towards you. As I said, this is a 10-minute yoga stretch focused on our glutes and our quads, but it doesn't mean we're not going to stretch out through those hamstrings. So use this as a bit of a hamstring stretch, a bit of a stretch through those ankles, those feet. And we'll let go of those feet now, bringing your knees together, hands behind the legs, taking a few big rocks, bringing yourself up to seated and straight over onto our knees, up into all fours. Bringing yourself up onto the top of your mat. Excuse me as I wipe away some things from my feet on the ground. And we're going to pop ourselves into a pigeon from here, as you might expect. Starting out with a bit of a stretch through those quads to begin with. So bringing your right leg, pop it up and outside this right hand, and then heel toe it into the middle of the hand. So it's a little bit easier doing it that way rather than scrunching ourselves up close to the chest to begin with. Moving up into a low lunge, hands on top of this right thigh. Take a deep breath here. Settle down in the leg slightly, find your focus. And let's bend this left leg. Take hold of our left foot with this left hand. If you need to bring this right hand down to the mat, feel free. Or if you want, you can take hold of your foot with both hands behind you. Draw it in closer towards the bottom and feel that deep stretch in the front of your left quad. It's probably on fire if you've been doing some heavy workouts, heavy runs lately. If you do have a strap, by the way, or a band or anything that you want to kind of wrap around the foot and hold it here, go for it. That's totally fine. Same thing, same stretch we're going to get. Take a deep breath. Slowly start to release that left leg, hands coming down. And here's where we're moving into our pigeon. So we're wiggling our right leg out to the side, knee coming down in front of us, left leg going to stretch back behind us. As always, pigeon looks different on everybody, so do not look at me or look at anyone else that's done a pigeon and think, oh, it has to look this way. And I'm going to show you with my block ways that you can make it that little bit more comfy for you. So grab a block if you need. Feel free to wiggle your heel a bit closer towards you. Maybe that your shin is parallel to your mat, or maybe it's a bit closer into the hips. And we'll know what we need to do because our hips, we're trying to get them quite straight. So you may need to just lift up slightly, put a little block underneath you or a cushion if you have one, and then those hips will stay straight. And that's going to aid the stretch in the places that we want it. So you will get a stretch otherwise. It's just not necessarily where you're looking to get a stretch. Start to walk those hands forwards, maybe staying here on your fingertips, drawing the shoulders back. Or if you want to, you can bring your chest all the way down towards your mat. Bringing your hands onto the ground. As we've already done, take those deep breaths. Can we soften into it? I know our pigeons can be quite intense. Just take your time. Sort of leaning into that stretch, leaning in to find that space. And that is always what our yoga is about. Just taking a moment, find the space, let yourself sit with it. Slowly making our way up from here. Hands towards you. Tucking those left toes under. Bring yourself back to all fours. And just giving your hips a little shake out side to side. You might find that your right leg feels a little bit tingler. It might even get a bit more space in there right now. That's good. That's what we're looking for. We'll match all this on the left side now. So bringing your left leg up, outside the left hand again to begin with, and then heel toe it forwards and into the middle of the mat. Bringing yourself up into your low lunge. Fairly lifted with this chest. Starting to stretch through those right quads, hand coming behind us. Again, if you need to just balance with this left hand down in front of you or maybe on a wall nearby, go for it. If you want to use a strap, I'm going to put both hands behind me today. If you can't quite feel that stretch in the front of your quad, just gently lean higher up on that right knee. As I said, things look different on everybody. So one day you'll feel like you need to really lean into a stretch. Another day you might be pretty sticky and just need to take your time. One more breath here. Notice where you're at. Letting go of that right leg. If you had it lifted up behind you with your hands coming back down to your mat, let's wiggle this left foot over to one side, coming back into our pigeon on the opposite side now. Walking your heel, maybe closer, maybe further away. Maybe we need to take that block again and pop it underneath us. Thinking about our hips. Are they facing forwards? Are we feeling the stretch through those glutes? Send that right leg back. Hands coming down. On your breath out, fold. You know, for me, I need to kind of wiggle into it and take a couple deep breaths before I get properly into it. So you may be the same, or you might be one of those people that can just go straight into your pigeon and you're there and it's perfect for you. Let yourself soften into it. 2 more breaths here. Slowly bringing yourself up. Lifting up to seated. And instead of coming back to that all fours, this time we're just going to put more weight through this left side. Bring your right leg up and turning into a forward fold, but with our legs out fairly wide. Again, that will depend on how your hamstrings and how those quads and glutes are feeling, and your lower back as well. So be aware of how those are today. Don't press it too far. There's no need to do that. We're stretching, we're recovering, we're easing in. Start to bring your hands down, fingertips to your mat or to your ground. Slowly folding your way forwards. Keep flexing those toes. Use the legs. If you wish, you can hold on to your feet and guide your chest slightly further down. Being aware of this chest staying lifted rather than hunching over, curling up. Finding some length through those lower backs. Take a deep breath in. And start to lower down on your next breath out. Last time. Walking your hands back up towards you. Bring those legs together. Bringing yourself down onto your mat. Bring your feet onto the ground. Knees bent. Just let your knees window wipe left and right. Some space through those hips. When you're ready, coming to still. And just finding a little bit of space. A few moments. Just here, just still. Staying here for as long as you need. Thank you very much for joining me. I will leave you in your Shavasana. Enjoy.